Yo, you are now listening to Bravado Talk. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another juicy, tender episode of Bravado Talk
Oh, yeah.
with your hosts,
Anthony,
and Eddie.
how are you, Eddie?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good myself.
Anthony, before we can even start this episode, I just want to go ahead and talk about a little bit about Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, it's gonna start a little bit sad.
This past week, August 28th, we lost Chadwick Boseman, and a lot of people know him as the Black Panther, but I first saw him as Jackie Robinson in 42.
I didn't even know it was him that played that character.
Yeah.
I remember that when the movie came out, but I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, well, I'm a big baseball fan, and the way
True.
I think he captivated Jackie Robinson, it was pretty good, man. So, if you want to go ahead and give kind of like a little moment of silence for Chadwick Boseman.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you, Chadwick, for all those great memories. Black Panther, 21 Bridges.
Wakanda forever.
Get on up, and 42. Thank you, Chadwick. Alrighty. Woo!
Damn. I
Try
almost
not to
cried
tear
there.
up.
Yep.
Yeah. Try not to tear up, man. Wakanda forever. Ah.
Dude, that movie was so good.
Man. I think I guess we can touch a little bases on him. We did hear that he had cancer.
Stage 4? Stage 4 cancer? Stage 4 cancer. Was it colon?
Yeah. And so pretty much he kept it a secret, Anthony, and he didn't tell anyone.
He's had this for 4 years.
He hid it within his own family.
Yeah.
And
No way. I didn't know.
No. Like, it's a family secret.
Oh, you're saying within his own
Yeah,
that's
within
right,
his
that's right.
family, yeah. And, oh, man, it's just a lot of tributes. Nice man. I mean, overall well-rounded. Good man, honestly.
Yeah, man.
Another I guess, angel gone too soon. 43, Anthony.
43.
And I guess it made a big impact on a lot of people are saying it made a big impact for Black Panther 2, which is supposedly coming out, but now we don't know.
Well, I wonder if they record it, they finish it, and then all they do is like do the whole computer stuff after. That's what takes a while, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't really look into it. Hopefully, hopefully they're able to, I guess, come out with it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see him one more time in the big screen, But yeah, man, that's pretty sad.
He's with
I
Stan.
couldn't believe
He's
it, bro.
with Stan Lee now. So yeah, Anthony. Moving on. What did you do this week?
Okay. What did I do this week? Honestly, same old with the whole,
Well, let me ask you, how's work?
well, that's what I was going to go into. With COVID and everything, just the home working.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you know when you're going to go back
nothing
to the office, or?
We are kind of talking about it. We, since right here in Orange County, I guess the restrictions are a little bit, more, how do you say it? They're not as strict anymore.
They're different than LA County.
Yeah. From the very beginning, they were like, everybody get out of there. But now they're more, they're not as strict anymore. And we're starting kind of to talk about, when we're going to start moving in and moving back in. And, hopefully soon.
Are you excited? Are you like don't want to go into the office? Are you excited about
as much as I love sleeping in, being at home, being with my sister, my family, it takes away from like the whole working at an office and working with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's definitely something that I really need because I'm a visual learner and I need someone. I don't need someone, but I'm saying like if I need help, right? There's that one person, that can help me out and actually show me rather than having to be either FaceTiming or messaging like what I should be doing. I think
More in person.
Yeah, it's more interactive that way. That's the only reason why I want to go back. And plus, like the whole experience of working at an office, working, leaving home, or going to work, and then coming back, and yeah, I just miss that.
You miss the commute.
I don't miss the commute. I just miss the experience. I hope the commute was better. But
That could be a valid point.
yeah, what about you? What did you do this week?
Work, man. There's nothing but working.
Seriously, dude.
That beautiful 5. What is it called? 9 to 5.
9 to
There you
5.
go.
Yep.
Same old, same old. It's nothing but work.
Yeah.
Can't complain. But I also, which was kind of pretty interesting, was that we got to draft this weekend.
That's right. Yeah. We got the
And-
draft this weekend.
But you're not. Well, you're gonna get into the NFL.
Well, I just want to do it because, like, again, we can't really do much nowadays, and I wanted to try something new, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't really follow football, but I kind of want to get into it. Just want to get into that vibe and want to learn something new. But we'll see. I got to do my research and everything. I know I really didn't do much of that.
What was your team
preparation.
again? What was your team?
I no idea. I have to look it up.
No. What team are you gonna root for this year of the NFL?
Oh, okay. So, I guess so they were pretty much like saying on the group chat, "Oh, pick a team that you're gonna be supporting." I don't know any of the teams. I think the only ones I know is like the 49ers, the Patriots, the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's. I mean, I'm sure I know more. I have to see them. But I was like, dude, like honestly, why am I gonna pick one of those teams when I don't really follow it?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was, I went online. I just typed like NFL teams randomizer or some shit like that.
Oh god.
And I did it about like 3 or 4 times. Like clicked it, like to randomize it, and it turned out that like the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, no,
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys, yeah,
Dallas Cowboys.
that's who came up. So I guess that's who I'm.
So knowing that
supporting.
you're like kind of around the LA area, you wouldn't want to go for the Rams or the Chargers. You want to go for
I just don't
Texas.
want to be that guy. I just don't want to be like a jumping on the
your
bandwagon.
best bet is to stay with a home team, Anthony.
But again, well, that's like saying dude, I shouldn't like Barcelona as a soccer team because they're from Spain.
But
know what I'm
that's
saying?
different. That's different.
It's kind of the same. I mean, for me, it's the same. I don't know. I just saw it that way. Okay, don't judge me.
As your first
Team's a team.
fantasy draft, how did you feel about it?
It was fun. Honestly, I liked it. I didn't think that whole
You thought it was just gonna be like cake, like picking players, random players, and
I honestly didn't even think of what was gonna happen until I saw like the poster,
the draft board.
the draft board. Yeah, and then you guys had like the stickers and everything.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I like that. I like that experience.
It's pretty. It gets intense, honestly, because
Yeah.
well, the way we do it, we have kind of like this. Me and my brother-in-law made like a friends and family league, and this is our second year doing it.
Right.
So we pick it out at random. We put papers in a hat, and it's from 1 to 10, and we just whatever number you get, it's Lady Luck's choice. So this year I got picked number 4.
And apparently I had the best pick because I was number 10.
Oh, you're the
But this
worst
is
pick.
this is how you guys do it, right? Like I'm sure not other people do it this way, or
It depends.
The
Some people
snake?
do it like that, and some people don't. It's different rules on every league. But yeah, we did it offline purposely just to get a little bit of extra time and to kind of I guess bond and have that moment.
yeah.
And I thought it was pretty, not competitive. Well, yeah, it is competitive because everybody's just like, you pick a player and you're just like, fuck.
Damn, that's the player I want.
Hey, oh man, oh fuck. So it's nothing but swearing and
Drinking, eating.
and
Just having a
just
fun time.
talking smack. That's what fantasy is.
No, yeah, I really liked that. I really enjoyed being with all the guys there, and like you said, having a beer and like you said, talking trash and just having a fun time. Honestly, It was cool. I liked the experience.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. And again, we try to follow COVID rules and keep it less than 10 and social distance. But no, not really. No, man, it was pretty cool. I'm excited just because, sports have been very limited through what's January, and now that we're in August, it's been very limited. So I'm just happy for football, man. I honestly hope that everything runs well and
Yeah, have you heard anything about them canceling it?
No,
Due to COVID?
no.
So far, so far, so
Everybody's
good.
just eager for week one.
Yeah. When is
Yeah.
that?
Week one, it should be like 10 days from now.
10 days from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not exactly sure.
So it starts on a Friday or a Monday?
No, it starts on a Thursday here.
Damn it.
Yeah, so the first game is going to be on Thursday, which is September 10th at 5:20. Texas against the Super Bowl champions. The
That's my
Chiefs.
team, right? Texans?
No.
No?
Oh my God, Anthony, our listeners are going to...
They're going to think I'm stupid?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
No, your desired team that you don't want to go for any LA teams is the Dallas Cowboys. These are the Houston Texans.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be the Texans against the Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs. I wonder if it's Patrick Mahomes is still going to get it after this offseason.
Well, yeah. Hopefully. We'll see.
You already know the big pot.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't. You're kind of lost. I'm kind of more intrigued.
I'm just going
into
along with
football.
it. I'm just going along with it.
Hey, if you want that money, you better start.
Dude, do I really have to do research or can I just let it go? Can I just go along for the ride and potentially win anything?
I mean, if you want to lose and pay
No.
$5
But
each week,
is there a chance that I could do that?
no.
No, I have to actually like get into it.
Because you got to remember, bye week, some teams don't play and some do.
Oh, because you have to choose your players, right?
Yeah.
And everything. Okay. All right.
Football players need a rest, baby. It's an intense sport.
True.
But I think also on the plus side, what I did this week was kind of like the fantasy. I think that was my highlight.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. For me, not this week, but 2 weeks ago, I was able to pay my last loan. My school loan.
Hey, congrats, dude.
Thank you, dude.
How does it feel?
It feels good. It feels like
Being a debt-free man.
weight off my shoulders, bro.
You
honestly.
paid off Billy Bronco.
Yes. I paid him around $10,000,
Hey,
which is not a lot. I wouldn't say it's too much.
get that
But it
bread,
was-
get that head and leave. Peace out. I'm sorry. Billy Bronco just scammed you, dog.
No, I wouldn't say he's scammy. I don't know.
He taught you a lesson. So
He taught you a lesson, yeah, I guess.
if you're comfortable with me asking how much in debt were you after graduation?
Okay, so
If you're comfortable with
no,
me
yeah, that's fine. I feel like this is like something super important to talk about, just because I feel like a lot of our listeners are either in debt or they're going to school and they might acquire debt
or thinking about
or
being
thinking
in
of
debt,
getting
yeah.
loans or anything like that. So, towards the end of like my school year, at the end I had so I had $10,000 from loans.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had 3 subsidized and 1 unsubsidized.
What's the difference between subsidized and unsubsidized?
I think the subsidized means that they are, so as soon as you take out that loan, it's going to start accruing interest. No, that should be unsubsidized. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, anyways, unsubsidized, it's either...
So let me go. Sorry. A subsidized loan is a student loan for undergraduate students who demonstrate financial need. This type of loan doesn't accrue interest.
Okay, so that's the
same way
subsidized.
other loans do because the government temporarily covers interest costs.
That's subsidized.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
subsidized.
yeah. So I had 3 subsidized and 1 is... Okay, so I was right. So pretty much the 3 subsidized that I had that don't accrue any interest. So say you pull out a $1,000 loan, all right? That $1,000 are gonna stay like that. Towards the end of your school year, once you're off, they give you 6 months to start paying them, but by that time, it's still gonna be $1,000. When it comes to the unsubsidized, you're gonna be accruing interest. So that $1,000 might be, by the end of your school year, might be 1,200.
Okay.
Right? So it's gonna be like that. So
let me ask you, you being blessed, I guess, having a job during school and after school, what happens to those people that don't have a job, like we're out away in those 6 months? Would you happen to know any information about that?
So you're asking what should people do if they don't have a job
Or what would the government do technically? Or
Well, the government's gonna keep asking. They're gonna so
because technically, when you file your taxes, they know whether you have a job or not, right?
well they give you a date. Like by the time you graduate, like May, right? 6 months after that, they're gonna expect you to make your first
So
payment.
first payment. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's I mean,
That's
if you
enough
don't have a
time, no?
job, yeah, that's enough
'cause
time for
it's
you to
like
get
half
a job.
year.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, except for the unsubsidized loan, where that one's just gonna keep accruing interest. You know, so if you don't pay that one, you're still, I mean, you're just letting it keep adding interest on it.
Yeah, and for those people that don't know what subsidized is basically a student loans that are fairly guaranteed loans that are available for students who desire to pursue education but lack the financial resources to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So I had around $10,000 on school loans, and for my credit cards, because I had two, both of them were almost maxed out. So one of them I had at least $1,800, and the other one I had around $1,000. So
Word.
yeah, so I had around 1,400, dollars. Well, it was $1,400, $100 in debt, for sure.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, but what credit cards do you use? Because technically, don't they say that like having like? So this is what I heard in my perspective. They say that you get a good interest rate with Discover if you're a
Mhm.
student. That way, you pay your textbooks, you pay your food, you pay your gas. All those bills that you
Yeah.
have to pay.
Yeah.
So what? Would you mind sharing what types of credit cards you had?
So I had my original bank account was from Bank of America, and
Okay.
through them I pulled out the Bank of America credit card.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I would use it to just they give you an option. They give you like a credit, right, where you can choose either to have 3% cash back on either gas.
Yeah,
Groceries
2%
on-
or 3%.
You can have the option to, like, say it's groceries and gas, I think.
Yeah,
That
it's
you're al-
groceries, glass.
Yeah, and if you want to
gas.
if you want to pick one or the other, you can. I chose gas because obviously I had to drive from Fullerton to Pomona, so I chose gas. So every time I pump gas, I will get 3% back. So, like that's one of the reasons why I got it, because like you said, you get some of the benefits
Mm-hmm.
of getting those bonus, like that extra cash and everything. That's mainly the reason why I got it, and I also had the Discovery card, and I think for that one, once you opened it, on the first like $500 that you spent, you got like another 150,
Yeah, so it's that card that I heard that's like a...
something like that. Yeah, where you get the money back if you spend it or something. If
Yeah,
you spend
but-
this amount of money.
Yeah, but then again, you have people that have different opinions and think that that's a scam. And
Well, the reason why I got it was not necessarily because I said, "Oh, if I spend $500, let me just spend $500. I'm gonna get 150." Like I mainly got it because, I didn't have money, pretty much.
did you get those both at the same time, or was it kind of like a little space in between?
I think I had the Discovery card first, and then once I was like, dude, if I keep spending money with this one, I'm gonna max it out. So then I pulled out the other one, and just try to use the benefits as much as possible. But then again, the main reason why I did it was because I couldn't really afford a lot of stuff with what I was making back then, especially my sophomore year and part of my third year, because that's where I was working at Sam's Club.
Okay.
And I was like either working like just the weekends or weekends and Tuesday and Thursdays. So I was making around like 200,
minimum wage?
250. Yeah,
Yeah.
minimum wage. I think I was making $11 actually. And I was working like only the couple of hours. So I was making around 200, 250 every 2 weeks. And my car payment was like around it's around $430, right? So I didn't really have much to spend, and I needed to eat at school and everything. So that's one of the main reasons why I got it.
But I feel like commuting also has its perks, no? Because, you're saying you're being in debt and everything, but, it's those home cooked meals that, kind of help you, no?
Well, yeah, but I mean, there was times where I would go to school like around 10, 8.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
then, like-
remember you saying, like, going early in the morning and leaving kind of late.
Late, yeah, exactly. So I mean, I have to eat then. I don't have. I mean, I would take lunch a couple sometimes here and there, but I would say part of that school year is like I was eating out. Everything that was there, Subway,
Mm-hmm.
Carl Jr., anything like that. But yeah, And
So would you happen to have any like financial tips of like, you know, now that you lived through that and being broke, do you have any like financial tips of like maybe saving?
well, let me start with saying why I picked up my loans.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So the reason I picked my loans is because, again, going back to like my first year, I did pretty shitty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, dude, like I'm not gonna be able to graduate in time if I don't do summer school. So then, starting my second year, during the summer, every other summer, or every summer after that one, I went to school, and you know, like there was times where my parents, like, you know, they pay for the they pay for the classes because they're pretty expensive. For like 2 classes over the summer, it was like $900.
You
Right?
never went to like a JC to like take those
Nah,
classes?
dude, I didn't.
Or
I did
the
it straight
classes that you wanted weren't being offered at
I
JC?
honestly didn't even bother to look at
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I just went straight to like,
Yeah.
I just applied on summer school at Cal Poly, and that's it. And I think once or twice my parents paid for those classes, right?
Okay.
And then there were times where they were like, dude, like I would ask them like, are you guys good? Like, because I didn't have money, I wasn't like paying for the loan, so technically they were paying for it, and I knew that they were kind of like struggling to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, damn, like, you know, I feel bad about that. You know, I felt bad that I couldn't really pay for the loan, and you know, and I pulled it out. And not sorry for the loan, for the class, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
taking the class. And so what I started doing was I pulled out some loans, right, to pay them back.
So
that class,
before
for
you
those
continue,
classes.
let me just ask you: Did you know you were gonna graduate in 4 years, or you
No.
knew already that you were gonna graduate in 5?
So as a civil engineering, they already told you like 5 years is you're expected to, not expected, but expect to graduate in 5 years. You know,
It's kind of like don't have high hopes for 4, aim
yep,
for 5.
exactly, yeah.
Okay, so you're continuing about your loans and taking out loans.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the reason why I took out loans, you know, to pay for those summer classes, which I didn't necessarily like paid it, but I paid my parents through those, you know, through those loans. I pulled them out and I gave that money to my parents. I remember one time my mom, she asked me like, she's like, "Do you even have money?" And I was like, "Yeah, here you go." And I gave her like $1,000, and she was like, "Where did you get this money from?" And I was like,
I'm just kidding.
you imagine? No, it's okay. And I was like, "Nah, I had enough money," but it was clearly from one of the loans I had pulled out.
So wait, for loans, don't you need to have like a cosigner?
No, I was 18.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. I mean, I literally went into the financial office and I said, "Can I get the loan?" And they said, "Yeah, sure, sign here."
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you went to like a bank to ask for.
No,
a
no, no.
loan.
These are
Sorry.
school loans.
Yeah. I
from
forgot.
Cal Poly.
You go to the financial office and you get
Yeah.
money. Okay, so your mom.
Anyways, so yeah, that's why I pulled out a couple of loans. That was the main reason why I did it, you know, to pay for the summer classes. And also, you know, when I was running out of money and I didn't know what to do, I pulled out loans. And obviously, like, I wasn't using it to like pay off, you know, pay for games or some shit, or going to parties and stuff, but I just literally used it for school purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, fast forward to now, or to when I graduated,
Yeah.
I had all that money. You know, I had all those. I had all that debt, and my unsubsidized had already accrued like $250.
Oh shit.
So yeah, dude. As soon as I got out of school, like I started paying for those. No, actually, you know what? I did take my time. I did take the 6 months. The reason why is because I wanted to make some money before starting to put in money on the loans.
Okay.
But what I would say too is that one of the things that really helped me is that I was able to get a job within my field. So I was really making, I was making
Pretty decent money.
pretty decent money, and so, you know, I was paying like for the okay. So the way it worked was I was paying like $200 into the whole total of the loans.
Okay.
So like $200 was divided in 4. So like 50 was going to this loan, 50 was going to this loan, and so on. So that's what I started doing then. And then COVID hit, right? COVID hit. So then what happened? The interest they stopped. I had no more interest. So then I just left it there. And this is where my whole thing about financing came into play because
Word.
yeah, because I started researching online, looking at YouTube videos, and I made my own Excel sheet. So on my Excel sheet, I had everything, all of my accounts, the dates when I had to pay them, the amount I had to pay, how much I was spending that day, how much I had left, things like that. Everything. If someone's interested in looking at it and help and getting some help, I can help you out with that.
Yeah,
You
reach
could
out to my boy Anthony on Bravado Talk.
hit me up. I kind of have like an idea of how.
So it's kind of like a budget.
It's a budget. Yeah, it's expenses and everything, budgeting and everything. So
okay,
I started doing that. I started saving a couple of money here and there, and then because there's no interest on the loans, what I did was I got enough money to pay off a whole entire loan, and then go for the next one.
nice.
And that's what I was doing. Yeah, but I first started with my credit cards, and the reason why was because the credit cards have a high interest, right? I think I can't remember exactly, but it was like three point something, right? And
What's that FICO score? I'm just
what?
kidding. I said, "What's your FICO score?" But I was just kidding. You don't have to answer.
I have to check. I have it on my Credit Karma.
Credit Karma.
Credit Karma. But yeah, I started with my credit cards. That took a while for sure. No, I wouldn't say it took a while. I honestly can't remember the timeline, but I had to get rid of those ones first because those are the ones that were pretty much like drying me. Like they're the one accumulated the most interest. Yeah, those don't stop at all, right? So because I had 6 months to save for the school loans.
Yeah.
Like those ones were accumulating interest like every time I spend on it. And then, but yeah, dude, like one of the things that I guess that helped me was COVID. Like COVID stopped the interest, and I was able to make all my payments.
I mean, it
pay
also
off my
helps with like
loans.
not going out too, because I mean,
That's
as
true,
much
yeah.
as most people say, "Oh, I don't spend that much when I go out," but it's like you do. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's gas, it's food.
Yeah, dude,
it's
that's
drinks.
true. Yeah, and because of COVID, I had to stay at home, working, so I'm no longer driving an hour to work and an hour back, and filling my tank every week. I went from filling my tank every week to like every 3 weeks. So all those things that were factored in, and that's why I was able to make my last payment 2 weeks ago. And based on my Excel sheet, my expenses, I
Yeah.
should have made that last payment on January.
What do you mean?
So I'm saying I saved like what is this, October? No, what is this, August? No, September.
Yeah.
So I saved like what, 3 months, because I should have made my last payment for my loans in January, according to my expenses.
Nice.
Yeah. So now all I got is my car to pay.
Your car?
My car.
You're almost there.
I'm like $3,000 left, 4,000. So
And then
I'm almost and then I will
and then
be
you're gonna wreck
entirely-
it, and then you're gonna wreck it, and then you're gonna go get a new car.
I'll get a new car. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, but I need to pay this one first.
So I know you were talking about your parents kind of helping you pay for classes. At the time when you were commuting, were you required to help back at home, or not really? Or
Like you're saying, like with
So, like,
payments, or
no, yeah, like were
Like-
your parents like kind of like pressuring you like to pay for rent and pay bills,
that's one of the things.
or
about my
was that
parents,
just
yeah.
kind of like your kind of thing where you wanted to help out because you felt bad?
Oh yeah, dude. I always felt bad about not being able to pay. I mean, I even felt bad for like when it came to like Mother's Day or my parents' birthday.
Uh-huh.
I was never able to like go out and buy something for my mom.
Yeah.
And once I got a job, that's one of the things I really really enjoy doing is like buying things to them, because I just feel like I was never able to do that before with my own money that I work for. So, from the very beginning, it's not like I felt bad, but I just felt like it was my duty to help. Like they've always been there for me and helping me out and helping me pay all these things. And what kind of son would I be if I wasn't at least putting in.
You think it's
some
maybe
work.
because you have the role of the oldest child, the firstborn?
Maybe it could be that, but I just felt like I had a duty to help my parents with at least something,
Yeah.
Try to make it easier on them as much as possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I'm sure you felt that way too, right?
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just one of those things where, I mean, I guess as a grateful child, you want to give the world to your parents, just because they've done so much for you.
Yeah. I wouldn't
And-
say for me, I wouldn't say grateful, but I would say more like
I mean, no eres mal agradecido, right?
right. Yeah, like I just want to.
That's what I'm saying.
But
You're not
what-
an ungrateful child. You're a
no.
grateful child.
But I'm saying like, it's not like you're like. I'm not saying that if you don't help your parents out with like money situations that you're ungrateful. You know.
Oh no, yeah,
That's what
big
I'm
time.
saying,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry if I perceived it that way.
No,
but
no. That's
the way,
that's what I meant. Yeah.
yeah, the way I meant it was, it's like, they raised you, they've done their best. I mean, I feel like parents in general just don't talk about expenses to
Mhm.
their kids just so they won't worry.
Mhm.
Just because I've seen it, in TV shows, they even portray it like, oh, don't tell the kids, don't tell the
Mhm.
kids. But I think it's just one of those things that you just want to help out, but you don't know because they won't tell you.
Well, the thing about me is that they wouldn't tell me, but I could see it. You know,
Oh,
I
okay.
could see
You noticed
us
that, okay.
struggling. You know, and they didn't have to tell me. I knew.
Mhm.
So that pretty much kind of inspired me to want to help out. You know,
I think
with
it
as
also
little as
motivated
possible.
you,
Yeah.
school-wise.
Oh
or-
yeah, for sure. Yeah, like again, I've said this a couple of times. They did so much for me. They went through all this. They never said, screw this, I'm not gonna do it. Like, why am I wasting my time?
Mhm. They never discouraged you from like
Exactly,
dropping
yeah.
out or.
In fact, they actually told me like one of the things that we want you to do is to graduate. And I just felt like I had to do it.
Okay. Did you ever feel like at a certain point like giving up or like dropping out? Like not like per se like you're getting mad at a test and you're like fuck this. No, like in your head,
Yeah.
did you ever think about fuck, I should probably help my parents or?
There was times because I mean we went through a couple of terrible things. I remember my mom, she was working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, like the company went under, and so she lost her job.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
So she lost her job, bro. And then like my dad was the only one working, and again, these are the things that I can see, right? And I can tell that we were like, they were struggling and they were struggling to make the monthly payments for the rent.
And this was your
And
freshman year or your sophomore year?
This had to be my sophomore year.
Okay.
I think. I can't remember exactly, but it's one of those things, dude, where I'm like, dude, like I have to, like, there was at one point where I was like, oh man, like I'm gonna quit school and I'm just gonna go to work because my parents need help.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, either I think my mom was able to get another job after that, so I was kind of like, okay, we're safe for now. So I'm gonna keep going to school, and then by that time I got a job, so they no longer had to like feed me money in order to pretty much
Kind of giving you like an allowance to go to school. And
yeah,
stuff
exactly.
Like
I
that,
had my
to,
own
like-
money to take care of myself and all. And again, I took out the loans, my credit cards, things like that to help me out along the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like kind of like I said, I feel like the way you're portraying yourself is like you're the first child, so you're gonna, you have to take care of or like give back.
Yeah.
Because you were taking care of your brother, at the time because your baby sister wasn't in the picture yet.
I mean, I wouldn't say I was taking care of him. I mean, he was still, at least for my freshman year, he was still in high school.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
right.
and
Yeah.
I mean, he had his own lunch and everything and all that stuff. I didn't really have to take care of him. If anything, he got a job at an earlier age than me. I think his freshman year, he got a job at Chick-fil-A, and so he was already taking care of himself by the time he got to college. So no, I wouldn't say I really took care of him, but if anything, I mean, if you can call it taking care of him through helping my parents.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess, yeah. I guess that's one way to look at it. But I mean, but yeah, dude, it just feels good. It feels good to be able to finally be able to say that I paid off my loans.
That you're debt free.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for sure.
So, I guess my follow up question would be, what's the next step after paying your car?
After paying my car, for sure, saving money,
Well, hold on. Let me ask.
saving a lot of money.
Would you go back to school to get like a master's or
Oh, yeah,
a
yeah,
doctor's or
yeah.
a licensing? Or
Yeah.
any type?
It's actually, well, there's a couple of things that are on my to-do list. Right after I pay off my car. I don't necessarily have to pay my car, but these are the things that I have to do after. So, as a civil engineering, there's this test that's called a PE, and it's like an exam to get yourself like you get to have your own stamp of approval pretty much if you pass it. So that thing's like $300. to take it.
Word.
So yeah, bro. And then I mean, if you fail it, then
300
yeah, down the
down the
freaking drain. So I'm saving for. I mean, I gotta save for that. What else? Oh, I had something. Oh yeah, it's when I eventually get my master's in something. Probably I've been thinking about doing construction engineering. So I gotta save for that. I mean, that's 2 years of my life that I'm gonna have to
kind of
spend.
dedicate and put
Yeah,
full focus on.
right. And I think that's it for I mean, till then. After that, I don't know. I what I like to do is like take it step by step. I don't really like
Like to plan
go.
ahead
Yeah,
of future.
yeah,
Okay, I
exactly.
could see that. You're more like day by day instead
Yeah,
of like,
yeah. I just think I just feel like that's a good way to, I guess, live my life, because what if you plan to do something like in 2 years, and then something
and
happens,
then another COVID
and
hits.
then something happens, and then it's all
I
time
get
wasted,
you, man. I
you
learned
know?
my lesson after 2020 being my year, and I messed it up.
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
So
But I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just like a little bit about me and my financial situations, and again,
what happened?
if anyone wants to reach out, has any questions for me in regards of that, I could probably help you out.
At Bravado Talk on Instagram.
Yeah, sure. Or my own personal account. It doesn't matter.
So a little recap on this, Anthony, about loans for any college students now or any potential college students. What are your thoughts on loans after what we talked about? What do you think about loans? Is it a help? Is it kind of like a regret? What is it?
I wouldn't say it's a regret. I feel like if you're gonna take out loans, think of it as like an investment.
Okay.
Because for me, like, I did take it out to help out my parents, but I at the same time, again, I used some of that money to like towards books, my gas, and those are things that I needed in order to get to school, to be able to do my homework, things like that. So that's the reason why I call it an investment, because if I without that money, I wouldn't have been able to graduate, pretty much. And again, I graduated, I got a decent job, it pays well, and I was able to pay them back. And at the end of the day, I think it's worth it, honestly. Now, what I would say is don't. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why I'm saying this, because I've seen a lot of people that get into debt and then come out and do nothing with their degrees. If you are majoring in something that doesn't, I mean, you should already have in mind how much you're gonna, like, an average, how much you're gonna pay starting out in that job. So I would definitely suggest that you don't take out too many loans in a degree that's not gonna pay you very well, because like this is one person that you guys should listen to, Dave Ramsey. Have you heard of Dave Ramsey?
Yeah, my sister listens to him.
Oh yeah,
He's like a financial officer.
Yeah. No? That's where I get most of my financial advice from.
He's a
from
guru.
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he's a guru. Dude, there's so many stories, bro, where people call in, right? Because he does like this call-in things. People call in and they go like, "Hey, Dave Ramsey, I'm having a little bit of trouble," and he's like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Well, I'm graduating in this, right? Like, I think one example I saw was musical arts or something like that, right? Which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with studying musical arts. But then they're like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like $1 million in debt, and it's like, dude, what the like? How did you get that much, like that many school loans? And it's because like they go to prestigious schools and they don't have money, and they freaking pull out $100,000 loans.
Damn.
And then the interest accumulates and everything. And obviously, like, that's like a worst case scenario, but you know what I mean. You know, don't get a job or don't get a degree, a loan in a degree where you're not gonna be expecting a lot of money. And yeah, man, that's it for me.
Alrighty. Thank you again for sharing those tips, Anthony. Those are very good tips, and nothing but congratulations to you. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode. Thank you to all our listeners. And today we're going to, well, I think starting from now on, we're going to have a shout out. What are we going to call it? Shout out corner or shout out spot?
What?
It's still in the works. But
We'll have something next week.
Today's shout out is coming in from at d.gocris, also known as Crazy Chris. He's going to shout out his boys, Rafa Reese, Carlos Verdin, and Babas, also known as Miguel. So there you go, Crazy Chris. There's your shout out for today. Thank you guys so much. You know where you can find us. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Bravado Talk. Mm-hmm. And where can they also listen to this podcast, Anthony?
And you can listen to us at Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.